Good morning, and welcome to your morning cereal.
All right, good morning and welcome to Wednesday. Another hump day. Well, I guess, am I even allowed to call it hump day? It's Holy Week, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that this week. I'll just call it the bump in the middle of the weekday. So let's just move on. Let's talk about the national days. Today is National Wear Pajamas to Work Day. So I'm sure your boss will be totally fine with that as long as you're under the age of 24. So it's also the day of the mushroom. It's National Banana Day, so good for you, those of you who had a healthy banana snack in the morning. And a lot of the times we're just talking about national days, but this one is very special because this is a world day. Today is World Semicolon Day. So, wow, congratulations to all those semicolons out there. All right, well, our quote today is about going the extra mile and taking the time and giving the effort to stand apart. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, quote, "I think that the good and the great are only separated by the willingness to sacrifice," end quote. Well, today's news, facts, and birthdays are for April 16th, and we're going to start back in 1889. That's when Charlie Chaplin was born. Then skipping up to 1929, that's when the New York Yankees became the first MLB team to permanently feature numbers on the back of their uniforms. Apparently, the numbers that they put on corresponded to the position in their batting order. And then lastly, in 1943, apparently it's a slow news day, but in 1943, on this date, Swiss scientist Dr. Albert Hofmann, everybody knows that name, well, he discovered the psychedelic effects of LSD. Hey, way to put that grant money to good use, Mr. Hoffman. Dr. Hoffman. And happy birthday to you. Today is your birthday. You share a birthday with, again, a lot of people. Today, singer Chance the Rapper, he's 32 today. Actress Claire Foy, she's 41 today. Singer Akon, he's 52. Actor Martin Lawrence, he's 60. Coach Bill Belichick, he's 73. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is 78 years old today. And the number one song on this date back in 1991 was "I've Been Thinking About You" by London Beat. Now, don't tell me you haven't heard this song. "I've Been Thinking About You" became the number one played song in 1992. So I know you heard it. It also won the BMI Award for Song of the Year in 1992. Well, listen to the song on the Instagram page. As soon as you do, I promise you're next gonna wanna start to do that little neck beat dance. You know what I mean, right? All right. Well, we are reading through Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People for our book review. And in this first chapter, entitled Inside Out, Covey is discussing the differences between character traits and personality ethic. And he's unpacking how our behaviors are based on our perspectives and our experiences, which he calls our paradigms. And Covey describes the idea that despite our individual paradigms, within each of us exists an awareness of certain innate foundational principles that cannot be broken. They're self-evident to one degree or another in every individual, and we briefly discussed these principles yesterday. But as a quick reminder, fairness, integrity, honesty, human dignity, service, quality or excellence, potential, growth, patience, nurturance, and encouragement. Those were the foundational principles that Covey had covered. Now, today we unpack Covey's next subchapter, which is Principles of Growth and Change, where Covey quickly reminds the reader that the massive appeal of personality ethic is, quote, that there is some quick and easy way to achieve quality of life without going the natural process of work and growth that makes it possible, end quote. Covey really wants the reader to understand the personality ethic is, quote, illusory and deceptive, end quote. And one will not achieve, quote, high quality results with its techniques and its quick fixes, end quote. Now, remember, what Covey is talking about these quick fixes is about trying hard to use techniques, faking things through interest and faking smiles, just to have a better attitude, all just to get through the day looking like you are successful, right? Covey wants the reader to understand that the natural process of life from childhood is a process of learning. When we're babies, we roll over, then we sit up, then we crawl, then we walk, and then we learn to run. And it's the same with learning to play an instrument, right? It's a process. And so it is the same with communicating effectively with people in our social circles, in our marriages, our families, even in our organizations, right? Any of these growth areas, this process takes time to do it right, and the steps simply just can't be skipped. But because of this, we often find ourselves looking for a shortcut, looking to skip a step to save time and effort, yet still hoping for the same outcome. Covey says we can't do this in the area of our own growth and development. Example, you won't be able to play a sport at a higher level simply with positive thinking. Or suggest you're a concert pianist if you're just a beginner, right? To make the same point, Covey here says often what I close this show with, quote, 1,000-mile journey begins with the first step. And Covey adds this for the point that he's making here about the journey, quote, it can only be taken one step at a time, end quote. So Covey recognizes the fact that we have an ego, and often our ego won't allow us to drop our act in order to take on real change. Covey says if we want to grow emotionally, quote, we must learn to listen, and this requires emotional strength. Listening involves patience, openness, and the desire to understand, highly developed qualities of character, end quote. We'll close today with a quote from Thoreau on opening ourselves up for growth. He said, how can we remember our ignorance, which our growth requires, when we are using our knowledge all of the time, end quote. Well, tomorrow we're going to continue in this subchapter of Covey's Principles of Growth and Change. Hey, have a great middle of the week bump day, and thanks for joining us today. Come back tomorrow and have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Serial podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com, where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.